Rarely is it this full, the great room, on a beautiful spring Sunday afternoon.
The discussion of public safety was a priority for county residents who came to the Silver Spring Civic Building in downtown Silver Spring to share their collective voices on this issue that is generating a lot of conversation nationwide.
Each and every part of our community coming together.
The community conversation was organized and hosted by Montgomery County Councilmember Kate Stewart and Council President Evan Glass.
There's a lot of talk on social media about what happens, and not all of it is accurate. Commander McBain and I have this conversation all the time, and I will tell you, when there is a serious incident that does happen in our community, Commander McBain reaches out to me immediately. And there have been some instances I will see on Twitter or something, supposedly something happened, and I'll reach out to him, and he'll be like, that's not the case.
We need to hear from each other, because underlying this entire conversation about public safety is making sure that every single one of us feels safe.
When you invest in supporting people and their needs, that is when communities are most resilient. I really think that this event represents a moment and an opportunity for resilience and for unity.
The council members were also joined by nonprofit partners, public safety, and local business leaders.
It's important for us to make sure that our customers feel safe when they're, going back to their cars and going back to their homes and, wherever they've parked.
Attendees assembled in discussion groups to talk about changes that can be made to address the public safety concerns in our community.
People feel safer if they did, need an escort just to walk them to the building.
That they need to invest in teens, because a lot of the crimes are being committed by young people. Giving them support, the family support, so kids have activities they can get involved in, so they're not inclined to join a gang.
Each group then reported out key highlights from their group conversations.
What strategy does our county officials have to combat violence in our neighborhoods?
There's a hotline. If at any point in time you feel unsafe, if you see, you don't have to call the police first. You can actually if you think there might be something that's happening, you just think it'd be good to have somebody check it out, and you don't want to be the one to do it, you can call that hotline if it's in downtown Silver Spring, and one of the urban district staff will report to that location.
We're aiming to increase police compensation, both in terms of a recruitment bonus and a retention bonus. We know that we do need more law enforcement officers. We're down about 100 officers across, a little more than 100 officers across the system.
And Chief Jones said that the $20,000 signing bonus has already had an effect, and that there is an increased enrollment, an exponential increase in recruitment for Montgomery County Police Department. So in the future years, we will be closing that gap.
We just had 20 recruits just graduated the class. What I'd like to see is 8 to 10 officers per shift, but obviously because of the hiring bonus and what we're doing now, we're actually getting 5 applicants a day now.
We also are going to expand our mental health response teams. We need to recruit more social workers, peers, therapists, and others to expand those teams out, to increase our focus on homelessness as well, to try and get more people into the shelters.
We expand the number of beds that we typically provide for the community so that we really can focus on getting as many people off the street and into a warm place as possible.
In one short block where the Bonifant is, we have 4 bars. 4. I think everybody can agree that is excessive. Is it possible to close down some of them?
Because while we have a proliferation of liquor licenses, there are no guardrails attached with them. So I have already been speaking with our alcohol beverage services and have reached out to a number of people in Annapolis so that possibly next year we can start issuing new liquor licenses that have a little more strings attached, that they have to be good neighbors, they have to close by a certain time, and the selling of alcohol is contingent upon that. But right now, we don't have that.
As we talk about the number of bars or eliminating certain businesses, my strong encouragement in that conversation is to keep an equity lens as to who and what type of businesses you're impacting, to ensure that what the policy that does come out has a clear emphasis on equity and safety in our community.
The community conversation concluded with a safety walk in downtown Silver Spring,
And so if there is a particular location,
led by the 3rd District Commander, David McBain.
There's probably 3 officers that are walking close around Ellsworth, Fenton, Bonifant, and some of the other streets in downtown. And so when we have them out and about, that's where we seem to be getting our biggest bang for our buck. That's where we're getting to calls for service at a much quicker rate.
Each shift is responsible for a neighborhood. That way, the officers dedicated to that neighborhood get to know the neighborhood, get to know the community.
So the reason I wanted to stop here is to talk about this camera system that's right up here in the roadway. But this is going to be things that you're going to see more of in Silver Spring and other parts of the county.
Witnesses, give us great information, but maybe you describe something a different way than what I would see it. I don't want to stop the wrong person either, right? Having cameras, it helps us have that ability to know that yes, we are stopping the right person. I really appreciate this. This is probably the biggest. This is the most impactful thing I think we've done in Silver Spring since I've been here for 2 years.
Oh, the turnout was amazing today. I really appreciated all the residents who came out. Police department has been very good about looking at how crime has changed in the community and reacting to that. And we wanted to make sure that the residents know that's happening and to get their feedback on what else we can be doing to make sure that we are a resilient community and Silver Spring remains a place where people feel safe and want to come and participate in all that we have to offer.